Hello everyone, we're going to talk about the Cicada-3M. The Cicada-3M is very interesting because it has 4 energy hardpoints and 1 ballistics hardpoint. The energy hardpoints are spread out among the torsos. You have 1 on the left torso, 1 energy hardpoint on the right torso, and 2 energy hardpoints on the center torso, and the ballistics hardpoint is on the left torso. Now, as a cicada, the legs are exposed, they're very tall, they're about half the mech, and they get shot quite often, so you want to make sure you armor those. I suggest, for this one, usually I suggest an XL300, but for this build I actually suggest an XL280, and the reason why is because you can forego the XL300 if you're not very reliant on heat sinks. You can go for the 280, which means you'll be a little bit slower. You'll be about 8 kilometers per hour slower, but at the same time you can use that extra tonnage. You save about 1.5 tons, or about half a ton, basically every 25 for an engine's score you get an extra heat sink. So if you're not relying on heat sinks, and you're going for an XL300, an XL300 is 15.5 tons, the XL280 is 14 tons, so you get that extra heat sink for free, but you pay for it in tonnage. So if you don't need that heat sink, like for this build, I'm using 4 small lasers and an LB10X AC, you can use that extra tonnage for improving your armor. You can see I've armored my legs. I would go with 31 minimum of helmet for 32 here, just to round it out. And armored my torsos, my side torsos, just for going with the 280 instead of the 300, but it's up to you, depending on your build. You can fit a Gauss rifle on here and still have enough room for a couple of medium lasers, enough heat dissipation for a couple of medium lasers, or some small lasers. You will probably be going slower as a result, which is why I haven't gone with it. Can you fit an AC-20 on here? I believe that you cannot. If you're going with the XL engine, which I think you should be, because your weapons are already on your torsos and you have the left and right arms functioning as shields, which protect your torsos. So you should definitely go with the XL engine over the standard. Now the reason I've gone with the LB10X AC is because a lot of the other ballistics weapons, like the AC-5, the AC-10, the Ultra AC-5, for example, they have a delay on the firing, whereas the LB10X AC is more like a shotgun, so it doesn't suffer from that delay. And that delay is really exacerbated when you're going quickly, and the Cicada's strength is its speed. So you're going to be going very fast. This is a very good harassing mech. With the LB10X AC, what I frequently do is I will run around the edge of the map, get behind in a heavier mech, and start blasting out its backside. You can do that in the Cicada, and it's very effective because you can fire your small lasers and your LB10X AC, and it will be noticeable, but you're not leaving constant damage that's more noticeable. And that's something that I've noticed as a phenomenon when you're shooting at the backside of an enemy mech, is that if you're using medium lasers, for example, medium lasers take longer to shoot than small lasers, and so that enemy mech, the pilot of that enemy mech is actually paying attention to that more than if you have shorter firing weaponry. So if you can fire all of your damage instantly, rather than over time, you get less attention from the mech, and it actually takes them longer to turn around and actually pay attention to you and try to take you out. So my suggested build for the Cicada-3M is 4 small lasers and the LB10X AC. However, you can play around with that. You can go with, for example, 3 medium lasers and the LB10X AC. That's also very strong. You can go with 4 medium lasers and like an AC-5. Another very effective build is to go with an AC-2 and go for 4 medium lasers that's a very strong build because you can consistently shake the enemy. It's more of a support build, however, reliant on somewhat more ammunition. Well, I do have quite a bit of ammunition. You can basically fit about that much for the AC, but what you can do with the AC too, since it's a lot, since it costs a lot less tonnage than the LB10X AC, is first of all you can upgrade your engine, and second of all you can compensate for the heat of the AC2 and the medium lasers with additional heat sinks. The AC2 costs 6 tons, LB10X AC 11 tons, so you have about what is that, 5 tons to play around with, whether you want to upgrade your engine or whether you want to put in extra heat sinks. The AC2 does create a lot more heat than the LB10X AC, which is why for this suggested build, the 4 small lasers, LB10X AC, and the XL engine 280, I'm only working with a total of 11 double heat sinks. That's not very much compared to the other builds. With the 2A I had 20 double heat sinks total. With the 2B I had 14 total double heat sinks. With the 3M I'm only working with 11 total double heat sinks. That's because you don't really need them as much, and you can trade that in for heavier armor, for stronger weapon, because you don't need to waste that tonnage on heat sinks. And I've put my ammo in my right torso because you have an XL engine anyway, which means that if you lose one of your side torsos, you're gonna die instantly anyway. So you might as well just put your ammo in one of your torsos. What else can you do with this build? This is frequently the Gauss rifle variant that gets used for that. You can, I don't know, you can do some crazy stuff. You can also put 2 large lasers in it, and an AC2 if you want to cut down on your engine. If you really want to commit to long range, you can do that as well. But I'll leave that for you guys to play around with. I hope I've inspired your Cicada-3M builds, and I'll see you guys next match. Thanks for watching.